Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy, NerdMudOn, and I'll be doing a gameplay commentary over some Call of Duty Black Ops 2. For this particular episode, I thought I would jump into sound quality and/or headsets and the abilities that they can uphold in the online service. Obviously, as a disclaimer, I will not be recommending any headsets. I'm not sponsored, anything like that I commonly have to, try to protect myself from. But I'm doing this for the sheer fact that I want to expand knowledge, maybe talk about some discussions, and just open up a train of thought that maybe is not very prevalent in you guys, and maybe it will make you reminisce in the old times of particular franchises, games that you've always played, or maybe you're, kind of giving up now, and stuff of that configuration. It just can be something to, open your minds up to different things. So, to really dissect into it, guys, the main properties in which I'll be talking about are obviously headsets, but you gotta realize, headsets come in different formats. Maybe you are really drawn to brand recognition, maybe you understand that brand, and that's a brand you want to support. You're probably a little bit more drawn to the brand because, well, you understand its philosophies and its overall marketing design, its advertisement, stuff like that. I don't want to drill too hard into this because, well, that's not very interesting by itself. But brand recognition is something to understand. Obviously, having a headset that comes with a microphone is probably pretty important to a lot of you guys. I am aware that you can buy very good headsets that are great for sound quality. Maybe that be bass, maybe that be just kind of any audio, maybe it has some kind of boost levels in it, maybe it has a mix amp, whatever the circumstance is. But in my opinion, if you're going to be a gamer, you're going to play multiplayer games, you're going to expand your horizons and increase your experience, you probably want a headset with a microphone. Having a microphone opens up a line of communication. It opens up the ability to call out callouts, MLG callouts. Maybe you want to become an MLG player, or maybe you just want to become a better player. Being able to coordinate with your team is something to be, well, I guess, taken with a grain of salt, because it's more important than just being able to be the best player that you can be on black and white paper. You obviously want to be an all-around good player, and I think that's what we all strive to become in one way or another. Obviously, having a headset out of the gate makes you slightly better than somebody that doesn't have it, because you get to retrieve information, audio notifications, stuff like that quicker than they do if they're using, their earbuds, or if they're using a surround sound or their TV audio, which is probably the worst way to go about it. But you never know, everybody plays the game in a different format, and we have to try to come together as a community to understand that, though it's a little bit more complex and complicated than we would like to, well, think about. So where does this leave us? Obviously, I've talked about a few things. There are a lot of things that you can go into it. We talked about brand recognition. We talked about microphones. I mean, overall, the design of it, the comfortability of the headset, just stuff like that. It's just pretty common. Most of you guys have probably tried out your fair set, or maybe you just fell in love with your first headset and it's been the best one since. Maybe it costed you a lot of money. Maybe it costed you $20. I don't know. Everybody has a different pricing plan when it comes to a headset, because not everybody agrees on different characteristics, and obviously looking into the internals of the actual headset can be very, I guess, viable in order of its existence within your, I guess, household or your gaming setup, or any kind of setup for that matter. So with that all said and done, guys, obviously we've talked pretty heavily about stuff that is less interesting than maybe it should be, but at least opens your guys' horizons up to things that maybe are very important to the existence of the gaming market. Now, has sound become better over the years, or has it become worse? And that's something to take into a grain of salt. Obviously, I think we can all agree that sound has become more crisp, it's more prevalent, and in a cinematic feel, it's way more immersive than it once was. Now, however, we do have to give up some things that maybe we don't want to. Obviously, we've seen a few franchises, some major titles, may that be AAA or something of the, I guess, equivalent. We've obviously seen a few things been tweaked and balanced and not as existent as they once were, due to a few characteristics, because they were overpowering or they were just overused. People were abusing selected systems. That's hard to say. That's up for you as a gamer to figure out and try to understand, I guess, in one way or another. With that all said and done, guys, obviously I think I'm talking more or less about the Call of Duty franchise. Obviously, Battlefield does have some issues with footsteps. Footsteps is something that's been very prevalent in any kind of title. It's something that we've all come to understand, and, well, I guess in a way we kind of miss it. If you are a Battlefield player, there is the, I guess, ability for footsteps not to be as prevalent as they once were. As far as I'm aware, no matter how much you upgrade your sound card, if you're a PC guy, no matter what kind of headset you buy, I cannot always hear footsteps. May I be on the Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, I obviously play on PC as well, and I've spent a good amount of money to make my PC what I want it to be, and I still can barely hear them. They're very faint. I mean, they are there. I'm not telling you they're not there, but you have to listen for this very faint sound that's just not as existent as maybe it once was in other titles. Maybe it's not as existent if they're running on a metal substance. Obviously, the substance in which they're running on is more important than it should be. But that's needless to say the least, because it's kind of hard to make it a realistic thing when you're playing a video game. You're just being immersed into the experience. You're not actually there. You're not playing the actual war. I mean, you're just immersed into a artificial, I guess, fight and stuff like that. Obviously, we all know that it's a video game. That's pretty much understood. But Call of Duty is a different thing. Call of Duty had amazing sound when it came out, and the aspect of footsteps. Obviously, cinematics and stuff like that. It was good for its time, but, you know, it's become better over the years, and that's a good thing. I think we can all agree that sound has increased, it's become better, it's more prevalent, and it's more used by multiple people for notifications, information, and just multiple things. Obviously, there's too much to talk about in that characteristical standpoint, because there's a lot of stuff you guys have to understand. Just because what I say in this video does not exactly portray everything that's available to that market. So, in Call of Duty, if you guys are veterans of the franchise, you guys will know in COD 4, World at War, and even Modern Warfare 2, the sound was phenomenal. You could hear footsteps across the map. If you were willing to spend good amount of money, you could get a headset that was willing to hear people way farther than it should have been. I mean, it was pretty crazy. You could hear Ninja, you could hear through stealth perks, and it became a problem in some aspects because people that were willing to spend more money had an advantage over people that just kind of bought the game day one and just kind of were having fun playing it and trying to become the best they could. Obviously, I mean, I guess paying for attachments and products can make you a better player, and that's what they strive to do, but it being able to, I guess, abuse a system is kind of something I guess they were not exactly wanting people to do. So how does this relate, and how does this all coexist within the, I guess, world? Well, in the other Call of Duties, past Modern Warfare 2, the sound became less prevalent for footsteps, it became more prevalent for cinematics, weapon sound, and balancing became more of a prevalent thing that I think we've seen, and those are a few examples. I know the storyline games that are single player only have become phenomenally better. Assassin's Creed, everything just sounds much better, the particles and the visual aspects are better, followed by sound, and just the audio that's being portrayed through a microphone is on a different level than it would have been if it wasn't at that standpoint. Obviously, technology has made it, I guess, better over time for us to become a little bit more, I guess, accepting of the philosophy or the understanding of what can be portrayed in a video game. But anyway, guys, I know that was pretty deep. That was a lot of stuff that, well, in some aspects probably wasn't too interesting, but I wanted to do it because it was something to talk about. I'm interested to see what you guys will say about headsets and which brand that you are co-signing with, and how you guys will expect this to be transferred into upcoming headsets, as in the sound. So this has been NMO, guys. I'll see you in the next installment, and I'm going to be signing off. Peace.